Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Great Unknowns with me. I'm your host, Pete McCarvey, aka Petey Mac, your country cousin. On the show today, this is a good one for me because it's like a little brother of mine, not just in the sense of the comedy world, but also in the Greek sense, fraternity sense, because this man is a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, not just a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, but my chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, the Theta Delta chapter at the University of South Alabama in Mobile, Alabama. He is a native of Opelika, Alabama. He's a spring 2012 initiate of the Theta Delta chapter of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. I actually had the opportunity of like sitting in on his intake process. I just thought he was just a jokester. I didn't know that he was going to he really wanted to get into comedy, in the world of comedy. And from there he has thrived. He's flourished. He's currently out of Chicago, Illinois, making big noise all over Chicago. Every time I look up, I'm always seeing a flyer on it. I'm always seeing video clips. I'm seeing skits. I want everybody to get it up for a good comedian partner of mine, a little brother of mine in terms of Greekness, Kadeem Fuller. What's up, Phrat?
Hey, what's good, bro? How you feeling, Pete? Good to see you,
Oh, man, I'm out here making it. Hey, man, before we get started, bro, hey, I'm extremely proud of you, man, because that talk we took, that talk we had, you took everything I told you and you just went forward with it. Like, bro, not only am I seeing you doing shows, producing shows, and just on shows and performing with some great stand-up acts. I've also had people I know who've been to Chicago or people I see from out here who came from Chicago, City in Chicago. And two things, I haven't met one who said they haven't heard of you or know you, and I haven't heard any bad things about you, man.
Well, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that for real.
Yeah.
I think stand-up comedy in general, show business, you want to make sure your name is clean. So whenever I have people coming in from out of town, especially if you vouch for them, oh, they good. So if any shows I got coming up, I definitely get them on. But bro, that talk we had a couple years ago, man, I remember that. That was like my first year in Chicago, and that shit was beating me up, man, just trying to get through the scene, understand the scene. So I appreciate that conversation just because I need like a veteran comic just to talk through a lot of the stuff I was facing. So, bro, like, appreciate you 100%. Just that conversation in general.
Oh no, man, that's what we do. That's brother. You know, goodwill to monarch at his house, man. Come on now.
Yes,
You ain't
sir.
even have
Yes,
to
sir.
worry about that. I ain't gonna do you like that. But yeah, like I said, you said people come out, like my homegirl, Allison Fine, she came out there doing comedy, and I forgot she was out. I said, shit, I forgot Kadeem was out there. But y'all end up hooking up anyway. Mm-hmm. So, because she said I was on the show, so oh, that's exactly what I was gonna get you to hook up with. And then, like your boy Trey Walker, I'm gonna have to get him on this show one day too. He said he's from Chicago, and I said, yo, I got a guy out there I know. I said, you know, Kadeem, his face lit up, Kadeem Fuller. I was like, oh yeah, I said, that's exactly what I'm talking about. I said, oh yes, my dog, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And I think you had mentioned like with the night me and him at the show, you said, hey, my boy out there, Trey. I said, oh yeah, me and him just rocked the show. So
that's crazy.
It's a big game, but it's small at the same time.
Yeah, Trey's super funny. I think he was on a show I had a little bit in a suburb close to Chicago, like a couple, maybe like 6 months back. So that's when we started chopping it up. But good dude too.
Yeah, he held it to improv, man. That's his bread and butter. He nice on stand up, but improv, that man eating. He don't play no games with him on improv.
I feel like he started with improv, didn't he?
I think he did. I mean, I think that's what Allison told me. Allison said that he started off in the improv realm. So that's probably why it's good. But that's better because that helps you with your stage presence. You know, that helps you develop act outs and all that type of good shit. So I think to me, I think it's better for somebody who's does improv to learn stand-up than for somebody who does stand-up to learn improv.
I agree with that. I mean, I'm trying to get into improv a little bit more because Chicago is like the birthplace of improv.
Oh, yeah.
So you
That's
got
Second City.
Yeah, Second City.
Yeah.
All the greats came from there, from Chicago. So it's one of them things like another just like toolkit in your belt or whatever, right? Just another skill to learn just because them act out, bro. Like we talked about that, right? So a lot of differences in audience. between the South Side and the North Side. A lot of it is just that showmanship, being able to, think on the fly, use those improv to act out. We love that. Black folk love just act out in general, showmanship and shit, man.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is. So, you said you're in Chicago. What actually brought you to Chicago? What made you move there after you graduated?
Yeah, so I went to South Alabama. I graduated in 2015. I went straight to grad school. So I went straight to grad school. I was playing around like I didn't even do comedy at the time. Like I was just kind of funny. So with just a lot of my homeboys and friends. So I went to Champaign for grad school. Still wasn't doing stand-up. I was actually into like a lot of activist stuff. So before stand-up, I was big into, BLM and marching and all that shit.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, yeah, back in 2016, 2017, like I was posting everything, was a movement back then. So it got to the point, so I got my degree. I got my master's in higher ed policy studies. So it got to the point where I don't know, bro. I just felt like I was growing out of the activist scene, man. Like just through, like I think when you do that type of shit, trauma and stuff like that, man, I was having dreams about, getting shot by cops and stuff, man. I was actually in Oakland, like a couple years ago, right, when I was still in that movement. I went to an activist little movement or whatever, right? They had like a march or whatever. So that's when I realized I wasn't on the same level as those activists, right? Because in Champaign, we would protest and yell at the cops, but they were throwing rocks at cops, right? Like just whole ass like baseball rocks. I wanted to be involved, so I was just throwing pebbles, you feel me? Like little dirt, just trying to get in there and shit, right? So after that point, I kind of realized, this might not be, what I really want to do. So I just had to think through like creative like stuff. Like I tried bass guitar. I was actually chilling with a friend of mine, right? We was watching BET Awards, and I was just kind of just roasting, just doing different roasts about the different people they had up there. And she was like, you should do stand up. I was like, I never really thought of it. When she said that, I was like, let me see. And then like it took me 2 months to actually build up the courage to actually, go through and actually do it. But when I do it, it was like a light bulb, bro. Like this is what I want to do. And I've just been rocking with it ever since.
When was the first time you hit the mic and where at?
2018, dog. Hit the mic 2018 at a spot in Champaign called Clark Bar. So it was me and one of my homies who's also his name is also Kadeem. So we were both doing stand-up. We met in grad school. So we was like, let's just try it. But yeah, man, I did like 3 minutes. I was supposed to do 5, forgot half my set, but I got a good response. So I didn't bomb or anything. So I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. And the people that were there, it was like a real community. It's super small. So it almost like a hometown, like, short, small little scene. But, they were really encouraging and motivating me to keep working on my act.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I mean, so when did you have your first bomb and how did it make you feel?
When did I have my first bomb? So I bombed a few times in Champaign, but it was because it was a small scene, it wasn't that bad. I can give you the worst bomb where I had to rethink everything, right?
All right.
It was actually a couple years ago doing my it was an Alpha show, right? I had an Alpha show. And I went, I felt like I was prepared for it, man. I went in there, like I knew, as a comic, you want to do like the first 7 seconds are important, but you really measure that first minute, right? Because if they laugh with you the first minute, you can kind of carry that momentum on, bro. Like 30 seconds in, not one laugh, right? 2 minutes in, not a laugh. So I was like, oh, okay. I started sweating, I started getting hot, bro. Like nobody was laughing. I just started ad-libbing, just talking about folks' shirts, dog. It was, hey, I swear to God, I had to do like 15 minutes, 15 minutes straight of nothing. Like I think 7 minutes in, I heard somebody say, hey man, cut the mic. I was like, well, damn. I ain't never cut the mic. I was like, shit.
That was you said that was in Champaign?
That was in Chicago. So maybe
I'm about to say, hey, because Chicago, it could have been worse. Cause because what I expect when I hear Chicago, like Atlanta, Philly, and Detroit, they say cut the mic, cause what they famous catchphrase, man, nigga, kill yourself.
Yeah. I ain't got one of them kill yourself yet, man. At that point,
I ain't never. I've bombed. I've had them talking at the table. I've had people walk out. I've had people boo. Through the grace of God, since I've been doing this in 2010, I've never got a nigga kill yourself.
That's good.
Through the grace of
That's good.
God.
I ain't
Because
trying
like I told
to.
people this, because people have asked me, and I know people probably ask me, do you hate when people boo? And I tell them honestly, I don't mind when people boo. 'Cause them booing me, I heard what you say, just don't say that shit no more.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
them talking through your set, like, bro, we ain't paying attention. We ain't paying attention to you. Somebody saying, nigga, kill yourself means this ain't for you. Because I've honestly like getting booed. It's like, all right, bro, we heard it, but nah, that ain't it, dog. That ain't it. Try
Just
something
not
else.
tonight. Right.
Not tonight. Try something else. But that right there ain't it. That mean they heard it and they received it.
Yeah. When they do the kill yourself, they heard it, received it, thought about it, and then realized this ain't the shit for you. End yourself, end it all. Like, man, that's different. That's different.
Well, then how did the frats treat you? It's the alphabet. How did they treat you after that? Were they kind of like, yeah, bro, you fam, but stay your ass over there? Or did they embrace you? Like, it's okay, baby. We know it all happens to people. How did they?
It took a minute. So when my girl was there and she was filming it, and she seen me do well before, so it wasn't like if she was one of my new girls, it would have been rough. But she been with me for a little while at that point, right? So so I saw her. I knew it wasn't going well when she was recording, smiling. I saw her face like turn, and she started slowing, like putting the mic down, like, oh Lord. She started putting her phone down, but the Phrat was cool. Phrat was cool, man. They were they were telling her, hey, this was a rough night. So I was still talking to them. They were Phrat, so we would talk about stuff. But I had a lot of old heads. So the bomb turned into, are you active? Are you got the money? What you doing, brother? Ain't seen. I was like, I can't bomb and they give you money to go to the meeting.
Exactly.
I can't do that.
That's crazy. But now you said your late. Is that the one who I just seen you post with for your anniversary?
Yeah. That was my lady.
Congrats on that, bro. Because I'm gonna tell you like this. Hey, man, if she ain't cheating on you, stealing money from you, harming your body, or doing property damage, work it out with that woman. Because I'm in these streets, as you can see from my post. It ain't fun in these streets. It's hell off in these streets, dog. I can talk all this. I run these streets, and the streets are fun. They are, but bro, I got a lot of arrows in my back from being up out here. I'm looking like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Terminator 2 toward the end. Bro, I'm battle damaged, man. It is hard. So hey, stay with that woman. Don't whatever it is. If, like I said, if it ain't none of them several things I named, just say I'm sorry, baby, I'm wrong, and let me go get you some wings. They all love wings. You can satisfy anything with wings.
They love that shit. That's a good point, man. That's a good point. Anytime I ain't getting nobody damage, nothing going on with my car. She ain't cheating and taking my money. So I can't, it's life is good out here, man. The streets is hard, bro. Like I remember back in the day when I was doing that. I can't be you because it's different now, dog. Women is different now.
Hey, trust me, I know. Cause like I said, all y'all was giving me hell. I talked about this on the last episode with my partner, Marlon Ballard. Like when I had posted that little joint I was with, and all y'all like, what the hell? Settle down.
I was excited. I was hard to pay. Oh shit, P got one.
Everybody said that. Boy, you my fault, man. My highline was blinging like Drake. Like, who that is? Well, how long y'all been kicking? Man, boy, she look good. Y'all like, all right, come on, man. God damn, like, I like, damn, I can't date nobody. But like, nah, boy, you hell on me. Like my cousin Ty, he in the Navy too. He called me from Japan.
Damn.
He was like, he said, I was sitting there looking at my wife. All that shit he be talking. Look at him. Look at him sitting there. You know how they say in the down south, grinning like a Cheshire cat. I'm like, man, come on, dog. No, like,
too happy. You stopped. He was eating sushi. He stopped eating sushi to call your ass.
Yeah, I know, right? But no, see, what it got me when I saw your anniversary post, I saw you didn't cut your dreads off, and I was like, because I already knew when I approached him, like, he gonna get mad at. I said, bro, you looking like another Kadeem. Now you like Kadeem Hardison. I've been trying to avoid. I said, well, cutting your hair ain't helping no damn better.
Bro, when I was growing up, that's how I heard your name Kadeem. Like Kadeem Hardison, like, nah, Kadeem Fuller. G, I'm different. Now we two different people, man. But yeah, I cut him like 2 weeks ago. Like, I've had like this, like that was like my third set. So I just cut them when they get too long and just start over, honestly.
Well, I didn't know that, but now, yeah. So if you were growing up, were you always the funny guy? Because I knew when I saw you, when I came in on y'all process, the few times I could, because I was working around the clock, so I came and sat in, and you would like had the little tidbit you had. I'm gonna ask you about that. Like, let's talk about that without like, divulging any like pertinent information that should stay within the Alpha House. But like, I gotta know the backstory. Cause I'm like, cause when you said that, I was like, he funny as hell. I'm like, can somebody tell me the backstory? But everybody was just, it was night. Everybody was pushing through. I'm like, I need to know the backstory. So that shit you said, because I still remember, must have been, was the gold ties or must have been the gold ties? What is the backstory to that? You can't, I never asked you in like what's a decade in the 10 years I've known you. I've never gotten that story. What is the story behind that? Because I'm like, because I was sitting there looking at me and the pro fights. I was looking at other pro fights, like spelling my line, bro. Like, the fuck is he talking about? What gold tie? I said, I know ain't one of the people that's not here that should have been here did what the fuck I think they did with what he talking about. But I need to get clarification. So what exactly happened? I think I know, but I need to hear this.
Got you. I got you. That was funny. I ain't thought about that in a minute. So during our process, right, we had another guy that was online right early on in the process. And the dude was like a photographer. So he would take pictures, different events. The dude apparently went to an Alpha event as a photographer. He had a gold tie on. So he had like a gold bow tie. So he was taking pictures. So it was almost like he was saying, like, this is about to be me. So they gave him hell for that, man. So he ended up leaving after a couple of days, just like going through everything. So that was part of the sketch that we had to do. Like, hey, what the other dude that, like, must have been the gold tie, couldn't make it.
Man, that's crazy.
Funny. They wrote, man.
So for anybody on here, like any young kids who in high school, freshman year of college, or if you are an older adult and you plan on doing the grad chapter, for what y'all wondering what's wrong with the gold tie, let me tell you something. Any organization you trying to join, you cannot wear their colors. You can't have their colors on. Because they're going to be like, oh, so you pretty much, you on my level, you can wear that. It's like, I'm gonna be honest, my homeboy, I had him on the second episode, Sonny Gillespie, he called us gangs. He said, oh, that's your little educated gang. I said, why you call us a gang? Which I got symbols, y'all got hand signals. He said, y'all got different chapter sets. He said, and don't y'all have to beat each other ass again? I'm like, I said, you know what? I can't argue with your logic.
Yeah, people made that connection, dog. You know, for me, it was like, gee, like, we got beef with different organizations, so you got to fight when your homies fight. Like, it did for a minute. Like, golly, I'm rumbling. I feel like that. I might well should have just stayed home. Just been a blood or some shit. God dang.
Yeah, because you know who my Trey was, and you know how he can get, especially when he inebriated. So it's many nights we didn't almost had to come from the shoulders with it. I'd be like, bro, come on. All I'm trying to do is chill tonight, dog. I don't hit the gym like you and Deuce do. I'm the skinniest and the smallest on it. All I'm trying to do is mac to the hoes and get drunk and have a good time. But it's like, he throw down, we throw down, which is the nickname for our chapter, throw down Theta Delta. So it's like, Lee, I ain't trying to live up to the chapter name tonight. I ain't trying to throw down in the streets. I'm trying to throw down the bed with somebody's daughter or somebody's mama, because, you know, a couple of women had kids, so.
Yeah, your trade was wild, dog. Still, even after you graduate, he was still around, like, finishing up his degree, G. Like, I got kicked out of the club because of him, man. They folded me like a press. I was like, man, he do that. Yeah, they throwing me out like I was the one.
No, I remember it was one night, bro. It wasn't him, but me and him was there, and it was another. He was like, I think our grad advisor. He was getting a grad degree, and we outside the club. He didn't got drunk. We didn't have to bring him outside. Matter of fact, it was my graduation night. And it's a dude, he's sitting there, he just on the phone, because I think it was some Sigmas in there, but I knew a couple of them. And one of them came to me and said, hey, bro, I fuck with you tough. He said, this is why I'm telling you right now. He said, get your boy out there. I said, why? Your boy talking real reckless. He said, me and the rest of the boys in blue, we finna give him that business. He said, I'm throwing you a bone as a homeboy. Get him out of here. So he outside, he talking. Now, that's a dude, he a GDI. For those who don't know, that's a goddamn individual. That's people who not agree. He just on the phone. He had to be cool with some of them people. He on the phone talking, and this dude, one of our friends, he started talking shit. So dude, this mind had been for a little while. He said, hey, bro, who the fuck you talking to? He said, I'm talking to you. He said, nigga, you don't know me. And he started talking. The dude just looked at me and said, stay your bitch ass right here. Now, anybody who from, I don't know how they do on the West Coast, for real, because I ain't never been around. But if you from the South, and a man look at you about 5 to 10 seconds, like put whatever he's smoking out or hang up his phone and then points and say, stay your bitch ass right there, and walks off calmly. You need to get your ass out of there, because he is going to go get a firearm and he is going to let loose with that bitch. So I take off running. I take off running. I told everybody, I say, if y'all smart, y'all gonna get up out of here. So the dude hit me up the next day. I said, we frat brothers and all. I said, but bro, I ain't getting killed behind you, especially after I just graduated. I need to try to put this degree to use. I ain't gonna sit there all that money and time I done spent and I'm dead. My mama gonna be mad. She gonna be mad because I'm dead. Lord have mercy, all that money I done spent.
Be in the cabinet.
I ain't never gonna get a turn on my investment.
She gonna be in the cabinet. Wake up, nigga. Wake up. You got
Wake up.
to pay. Come on, man.
Come on now, go.
Dang.
Here's a job. Here's a job, kid. Come on now.
Yeah, dog. That's the way it is, dog. When they fight, hey, when he fight, we fight. That's how it be.
Yeah, that's crazy. So besides that, growing up, were you always kind of like the class clown? Like, how was your demeanor? How were you? Were you class clown? You just were known for roasting, or you just played the background?
I was the background, G. Like I growing up I had a speech impediment. So I didn't talk at all, dog. Like I was in speech classes up until like maybe third grade. So I had a twin brother too. So he was kind of like the mouth for both of us a lot of times growing up. So it took me a long time to kind of break through with that because I always felt like, you know, I was always nervous to talk just because of the history of being a kid not being able to talk. So now I think that's why I gravitated towards stand-up at some point because it was like, you know, this is how I express myself when I'm with my homies and I'm feeling, you know, laughing and shit like that. So being able to do that on stage was something I never thought I would do, right? So, you know, and I got like I said, speech impediment. So my some of my what is it called, like lisp and shit, right? So the wild part is when I'm on stage, I get distracted sometimes because I'm talking and I see like the spit flying everywhere, G. Like, dang, as people in the front row, like this is you eating a Kadeem Caesar salad right now, G. But other than that, man, it's that's how it be. But you know, with that, like learning to just go through those things you go through, and I feel like stand up gives me an opportunity just to say what's on my mind, unfiltered, and say it in a funny way which I think people can appreciate all the time.
Yeah, I get it because I got deep Southern accent. So like, as out west, they'll do that. They'll warn us, hey, now he kind of country, so he gonna be going kind of fast. So then when I get on stage and I say a certain word, they're like, what? I say, he warned y'all about me before I got up here. I don't know what you sit there being shocked for.
The country niggas.
I said, he told y'all I was country. Why are you shocked? Or I say something, I say a word or I say a phrase that we use down south. They're like, what? I said, I'm country. Did you not? I said, damn, you slow in school, weren't you? I said, you had to go to lunch at 10, didn't you?
Early lunch.
You that one to be like, why they going to lunch at 10? I'm hungry now.
Yeah,
but so I get it.
Yeah,
I mean, did you have to face that regional shit they always try to get people from down south when you first got to Chicago? You know, they like he a little country dude, he don't whoop the whoop, because you know they love to try to do that to us like we don't know anything and we just been hiding under a rock or some shit.
It took a minute for like a first year or two when I was, you know, introducing myself to a lot of the scene. Like, you country, you know, you probably do this, you probably do that, ask me dumb questions, but now it's a part of my act, man. I embrace that shit. Like, I'm a country dude. I've been in the city, so now it's like I can tell you about the South, but also, you know, I'm from the South, so some of this shit, the big city, don't make sense to me. So I get a chance to kind of pick fun at that, but also talk about like, you know, my country relatives, talk about, you know, racism in the South. So it's been a cool way because I think I'm one of the only. I don't want to say I'm not the only Southern guy up here, but like I'll just really try to embrace that and make it a part of my act.
Yeah, I get it because out here is like that for me because like I think I'm like the only guy who's like legit from the South out here in Washington State. I mean, when this Tacoma, like Seattle that I know of, and I had to embrace it because you know they got Mount Rainier out here. So I'm not gonna lie. One day I'm looking at Mount Rainier. I said that shit look a hell of a lot like the Paramount movie symbol. So I said this on stage one time. I said I'm not country. I didn't really think I was in country. I said, so one day I looked at Mount Rainier and I asked one of my partners from here. I said, hey, bro, don't tell nobody this, but is that what they got the Paramount movie symbol from? He said, you about as country as shit.
That's country shit right now, Pete.
And then he said it was funny. But then he started looking on his damn phone. Is Mount Rainier the Paramount movie? I said, see, that's what I'm talking about.
When you say it like that, like it sounds crazy, but let me verify that shit.
When I said that on stage, I was at Nate Jackson's Super Funny Club, Comedy Club here in Tacoma. I had just said, I'm gonna try this. It was like a filler that I had between two jokes. And I put that in, man, the crowd ate that shit up. A part of me died inside. I said, oh my God, y'all think I'm a pumpkin.
You gotta take it though. Like,
I said I had to take it though. I said it's a good laugh, but I said I died a little bit on the inside. Just about a smidge, as my grandma would say. I died a little smidge on the inside.
Ancestors was upset during that time, man.
Yeah. But I know you said activism. Do you try to put like BLM and power to the people shit in your set? I think I remember seeing one joke that you had filmed and you showed it to me. I'm like, woo, that's some clever ass, right?
I try, so I still do that joke sometimes about like I think it's probably reparations and candy and stuff
that's
like
what
that.
it was.
Yeah, I don't. It's been hard, bro, because I'm trying to find because I'm still like 4 years in, so it's a lot of it is just trying to find still after all this time like what you want your brand of comedy to be. So I'm still trying to interject all that shit in, but it's also like, man, I also got other stuff I'm trying to talk about, just being up here living in Chicago. So I do want to bring that back. As you can see, it's always on my mind. Like activism is always a part of it. But I want to do it more. I still got a few jokes, and I always try to bring a little spin on it. Like, cause I feel like even when I was an activist, right, bro? Like I could yell at people, "Oh, this is wrong," using big words, anti-racism, systematic oppression, all that shit, which people, don't listen to a lot of times. But I always figure with stand-up, like, bro, I can make a joke and say something, people think about it in a different way. So I'm not really, yelling at them, but what our grandmas used to say, it's better to catch flies with honey rather than vinegar and shit. So it's always just if it's not like the main part of my act, it's always kind of like in the undertone.
I get you. So what has been your best your favorite moment since doing stand-up thus far?
I got a few. I think the best moment was when I opened up for Tony Rock.
Oh,
that was like it was a spot like it was on the outskirts of Chicago, a spot called the Comedy Vault in Batavia. Had to be around about 300 people, and for me that's something you don't see every day. I know he's used to it, but 300 people packed and being able to open for one of the greats that just been doing it consistently. And then just talking to him after. I did 3 days with him, or three nights with him, and I learned so much just him talking to me about stand-up, longevity, if I ever want to make the move to New York. So like just listen to him talk and knowing that, he lived a lot of stuff that he talked about, and just seeing one of the greats just work. Like it was I just remember it was like a whole like pretty much a white room, and the way he got them to talk and not switching up his act. So no matter who was in the room, it was like a universal appeal to it. So that's something I really took away from him, and those act outs. That's something that you can't replicate. So I was just kind of watching and being a student of the game for that whole weekend.
All right. So what is the moment that you had since you've been doing stand-up that you knew like this is for me and I'm gonna push forward with it? I know I can push forward for this and I can make something pop with this.
I think my first show at the Laugh Factory, like world famous Laugh Factory. Like I was doing like DIY shows with maybe 20, 30, 40 people. But my first time at Laugh Factory had to be like I said, 300 people. And that moment, especially when it's almost like you graduate a little bit, right? When you get to do, that many people, some people do 1,000, 10,000, Kevin Hart do what? 500,000. So I feel like every time you do that, it's like, okay, can this work for this group of people? So being able to go to Laugh Factory and just feel that nervousness, but still do my stuff and just still like reach that moment or be prepared for that moment. I just realized, no matter the environment, I can do it. So it's almost like a confidence that I've been rocking for a couple years since I've done the Laugh Factory. Now I have a show at the Laugh Factory and doing my own independent shows. It's just I love the producer side of things too, not only being funny, but also building a way for other comics to build a crowd and just with the people that I have on my team.
Yeah. Well, you've hit a wicket that I haven't hit. I haven't performed at any Laugh Factory yet. So I'm looking forward to when I get back to San Diego, because I'm like, I got some people that I still know that's still in the game there, and I'm trying to lay the groundwork with one of the guys. Like, he hosts his own version of chocolate Sundays at the San Diego branch. Guy named Walter Ford. Look him up. That man is booming and bucking out there in San Diego. He's doing now in San Diego what I wish I could have done during my first go round in San Diego between 2015 and 2017. Like, I'm just looking up, I'm like, oh wow. I was like, oh my goodness. I said, this dude is doing what I wish we had. He got like a lane for like black, they try to say urban, but black comedy. And I'm like, damn, I said, because I had to hit him up and like, dude, I don't know you. I said, but I was out there between this time. I said, bro, you the man. I said, you doing your thing, whoop de whoop. I said, I come back. I said, I hope to, like, whatever mics you got, I can get on them. And then you can see from there, and then you can just put me in your rotation. But that's good, bro. That's a wicked. I haven't even hit yet. So what is your ultimate goal? Like, what do you want to be the end result from where you got comedy? Because I know you mentioned producing, and then you said something about New York. So, like, what ultimately, like, do you want to get from the game? Like, what is the at the end of the day you want your brand to be?
That's a good question, man. I want to say I want to do it all, man. Like, I love producing shows. I love being on shows. I enjoy hosting. I'm trying to get into improv sketches. But I think for me, being in Chicago is like, I always like to look at it like almost like, basketball, right? So, a lot of the smaller spots that I started with, Champaign, a lot of local guys, like a lot of local talent, but not a lot of industry. I always look at that like, the YMCA league. No disrespect to those comics, but you can flourish there, but there's always going to be a ceiling, right? So, when I left Champaign, I started in Chicago, and it took me years to kind of get to that point where I feel like I'm coming into my own. But at the same time, there's not as much industry, so I always kind of look at it as a G League, even though you have some of the best comics that I think coming out of Chicago right now. All roads kind of lead to New York, because, either LA or New York, right? Because, people always say if you want to be really good at stand-up, you want to go to New York, right? Because that's where a lot of the industries are. That's where, the biggest stand-ups are that are doing national touring and things like that. So it's almost like, if you want to be a big shark, you got to swim with the sharks. And then vice versa in LA, if you want to do stand-up and also, movie deals and all these different things, there's a lot of scenes for that too. So I think now I'm still deciding when that move is, if I'm ready for that move. But ultimately, man, I want to be in a position where I'm making money off my craft. I think, there is a part of me that wants the fame to be the #1 comic and things like that. So that's up there. But bro, if I can just provide generational wealth for my family with my craft, being able to eat off my craft and do, different, movies, shows, stand up, just entertainment in general. So that's my goal ultimately. Like, I'm starting an LLC soon. So just to kind of get into the business of stand up, and that's my ultimate goal.
Yeah, I feel you. I tell people that too, and they be like, man, you want to be next Kevin? I say, bro, and honestly, I don't want to be next Kevin Hart, because I want to be able to walk down the street. That man can't walk down the street. Now, honestly, I told people my goal is, it used to be on the radio, but that's kind of like a dime walk. I said, so now I just want to be able to, like, hopefully this takes off and I can do this like how Joe Rogan and Joe Budden do, but it ain't gonna be that damn long. Like, I'm sorry, I can't sit there to no
2 hours.
I've never seen a whole Joe Rogan experience or heard a whole Joe Rogan experience episode. I just had to get the 10 because I'm like, nah, that's a sixth of your day gone. That's half a shift at work gone. I said, I like to do that because radio is my first love. I said, but don't get it twisted now. If somebody gonna offer me millions of dollars to be in movies, be on Netflix and tour the world, I ain't gonna turn it down. Because seeing the world is one of the main reasons I joined the Navy, which they have not really fulfilled that part of the promise to me.
What you mean? Where you been? I feel like you've been to a lot of spots, bro.
I mean, I've been some places, but I ain't been, look, I ain't trying to make the bump. My first deployment, I got to see, of all the places I've been, the only places worth seeing was Thailand and Singapore. and Bali. But Bali wasn't really all that good because I couldn't drink in Bali because some stupid ass on the other ship did something and they secured alcohol for all of it. Nobody could drink alcohol. We did it anyway. Because the captain pretty much told us, he said, y'all can still go stay at the Hard Rock Cafe Hotel. And I was like, well, sir, the Hard Rock Cafe has room service, don't he? He said, that's correct, son. I'm like, so it's room service secured. That means is that we can't have it. He's like, no, you can still have room service. When he said that, I looked at my friends and let me talk to y'all. Basically, what he just told us, don't drink on the fucking street. That's pretty much what he just told us. He basically didn't say it because that's liable for him. I said, but he really just told us, I don't want to catch y'all drinking on the street. He said, I'd be stupid to think y'all not drink. He said, if you're going to drink in your room. He really basically, when he said that, I was like, he looked at me, I was like, sir. I said, yeah, I told my boys, let me holler at y'all. I said, nah, y'all didn't hear what he said. We just said, no, you heard it, but you didn't hear it.
Yeah.
And I said, I can't tell it. I explained it to him. But I saw those 3 countries I saw in my first tour. My second tour, I got to go to Africa, but it ain't the beautiful Africa like we see in like movies. I went to the shit that come on at 3 o'clock in the morning to feed the children commercials.
Oh, you went to okay. You didn't go to Johannesburg. Pretty much,
bro, I'm going to be honest with you. Mobile Regional Airport look way better than International Airport. I bullshit you not.
Really?
I kid you not. Bro, when I stepped off the plane, I heard, in the eyes of the angel.
Got a bag of rice. You got to feed them now. What the fuck?
And then, man, then when you go out in town, you be in a van, boy, they be coming up there trying to get in there, be like begging for food. Boy, it's like Jurassic Park, how they stop and the T-Rex are looking and you had to look for, don't move, don't move, don't move, don't move. They just looking in there like.
Damn,
but I did get to go to Germany. It was pretty cool. But yeah, they ain't really show me. And this last deployment I went on, we couldn't go nowhere because of COVID. So I was like, I joined to see the world and y'all ain't living up to y'all promise. That's kind of why I joined, because I don't really like being on the water because I can't swim. And I don't like y'all uniforms. I either look like Popeye or I look like Cracker Jack, man. And this is not a sexy ass uniform.
Cracker Jack, man.
Yeah. I remember one time I took a picture and the girl I went to high school with had the blues on. That's what we actually call them Cracker Jack. That's a nickname for them. She said, if you had a little box of Cracker Jacks, a little dog like with his tongue out that, you could be the new Cracker Jack. I said, ain't this so
disrespectful? I'm fighting for your people.
And you don't feel bad until you walk by Marines in their uniform.
Because they got the blues.
Yeah. They got the sharpest uniform. You don't feel bad until you walk by them. Because I had the day I had to wear my blues. I'm like, I look good. I had a uniform inspection. They had to put the flag up, or color detail as they call it. They walked by us, all of them in step, all of them sharp, precision moving. And I'm just sitting there like, all the girls was following them, like, oh my God, the Marines are putting it in, sitting there, tongues. I'm just sitting there like,
we out here too. We protecting too.
All I could say to them, that's why y'all go into battle first.
we chilling.
I'm just like, man, it was just so funny. Like, yo, it's just like, yo, man, it's been enough by this, man. Whatever, I don't even talk, man. Boy.
But I will say this, P, if you ever fly to Chicago, bro, let me know. I can get you on Laugh Factory or any other show, bro. Just let me know dates and I got you for sure.
Yeah, I need to come through Chicago because only thing I'm scared about going through Chicago, bro, because our boot camp is right there at Great Lakes, Illinois. And so 9 times out of 10, I'm going to fly through O'Hara. I got PTSD from flying into O'Hara.
Really? What's going on with O'Hara?
Going to boot camp.
Oh, okay, I got you. Say less.
Because, like, bro, I'm going to tell you what happened a couple years ago. I went to visit my sister in D.C. when I was stationed in San Diego. So I'm coming through, and man, let me tell you something. You never forget being on that little, what is them things called? It's not Escalade, but they like little things you get on, and they move for you. I don't know what.
Faster? I know what you're talking about. they're like fast, like ramps that make you go. They make it's like a
I don't know
faster
the
like.
names of, but everybody,
I know what
y'all know
you're
what I'm
talking
talking about. Anybody know, put it in the comment. So I remember getting on there, coming back, and I looked up, I said, oh, I remember this. And it was funny because it was a group of kids I saw coming forward. And because when you go, they put these name tapes on you, and they got little stickers on you with your name and all that whoop de whoop. And I saw how they was, and I saw all of them, and all I could do was just look over and smile. I'm like, I said, I know where y'all going. I know exactly where y'all going. I said, hey, I said, embrace the suck, baby, because I know where you're going. I said, I went 4 years ago. I said, I went 4 years ago. I know exactly where the fuck y'all finna go. I said, it's gonna be all right. I said, it ain't bad like you think it is. I said, but get right when you hit that corner.
Damn.
Because I
So
knew, because you can tell who finna go today, because I just saw them, they all were looking scared and unsure. So I got on there. I was thinking to myself, I ain't gonna fuck with him. I ain't gonna fuck. I said, you know what? Fuck it. So I was like, I kind of looked, so I smiled. I gave him a shitty grin. I looked, I said, I know where y'all going. I said, y'all finna go to Great Mistakes, Illinois.
Great mistake.
That's what we call it, because it's Great Lakes, Illinois, but everybody call it Great Mistakes. That's the nickname for boot camp, is Great Mistakes. So we all, because like you, like it's a mistake. You like, boy, this is the biggest mistake. A lot of people, when they get out, they say, boy, this was the biggest mistake of my life. So everybody call it Great Mistakes, Illinois. So
that's crazy. So is that the only boot camp? Does boot camps around the
no. For the Navy, that's the only boot camp, because
okay.
Because we used to have three. It was that one. They had San Diego and they had Orlando.
Okay.
Because I got some family members that been at all of them. Some of them that went to Great Lakes. My oldest cousin, he went to San Diego, and a guy that used to work on base with my mom, because my mom works she retired for the Department of the Navy. So I met a lot of vets. He went to Orlando. So I knew people who went to all three. But that's enough about this. We interviewing you, and this ain't about me.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's my fault. My fault, Audit. But now, so you kind of ended with like how you wanted to, where you wanted your brand to end up in your goals. So I think it's about this is about time to wrap it up. Now, before I wrap any of my shows up, I got this game I call This or That. And it's something that pertains to specifically to my guests. So it's going to be like 3 questions I'm going to ask you pertaining to you. Well, first, since you're from Alabama, I'm going to ask you this, and I probably know this with you being with Opelika. Roll Tide or War Eagle?
War Eagle. All day, bro. War Eagle. Opelika is the next town over from Auburn. So that's
what I figured. I was like, I already know this, but I just got to ask War Eagle. I love because you know Jamarcus, my tail, Jamarcus, he a diehard Roll Tide fan. So anytime they lose, I give him mail. Or just when he be going on about the Tide, I just like to bust in. War, damn, Eagle.
Eagle, baby. Yeah.
I love to do that. I just love to go in the room, because I'm a Florida State fan, and thank God we beat LSU. I wasn't expecting that shit. But I love to just, when Alabama fans are talking, I just like to go in a room full of them and go, War, damn, Eagle. And just to see them like,
a frenzy.
Yeah. It be looking like a scene from one of them movies where a black dude walking to a white down like, hey, who let this nigga
hell going on? Yep. Yeah. And J Mark is king Bama, man. So we used to get on Twitter about it, like especially during 2015. No, that was before 2012 with Cam, but we had a moment. Was it 2015 with
You know when old boy ran that 109-yard kick return back to y'all play Florida State?
Yeah.
I could not get him on the phone. I called him all night, and I think when he finally did on the phone, I was like, I kept calling. He said, "Man, fuck you." They like Florida State gonna beat him, and then when Florida State beat him a month later, I said, "What's all that? What's all that big boy shit you was talking?" I said, "Who got the national title? Who's sitting at home watching it?"
I hated Florida State, man. We were so close. We were so close with that game.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't see y'all beating, because I thought Trey Mason, y'all running back at the time. I said, "Oh, that boy gonna eat. That boy gonna eat." I really thought, I said, Trey Mason gonna eat that defensive line, and I was like, "Oh shit, we won."
Yeah, that game was, man. I feel like that was the last. If I can remember right, Nick Marshall had it was like one of the last drives. Like there was like a open receiver he didn't hit, And so that kind of messed it up for
Yeah,
us
because it
later
was
down the
like,
line.
honestly, Kelvin Benjamin sealed the deal when he caught it for Florida State, but who really did y'all in, it was this boy, he was number 80 from Florida State. His last name was Green. I can't remember his first name. Man, he tore y'all secondary up. He was just wide open. He had enough time to sit there, freak a black and mild, you know. I want to say roll a blunt, but I gotta, I don't know who I did, but I'm just, and then too, he an athlete, so I don't want to mess with it. Freak a black and mild, take 3 drags. Hey, I'm open. James Winston hit him, popped him.
That's wild, man. That one was rough because Auburn always has suspects of secondary. Like I feel like that's our thing at least, and we can just get some dependable back, please.
Yeah, I feel. All right, this next one, this gonna deal with you been in Chicago, so South Side or West Side?
I lived in Bronzeville for a year, so that's the South Side. I like South Side better, man. Like South Side, I mean, you can go into deeper. They got different chicken spots they beef over, whether it's Uncle Remus or Harold's. But I mean, South Side, that's they got Hyde Park over there. A lot of affluent black folks over there. So I got a lot of homies on the South Side too. No shade to the West Side. I got some people over there too. But
I know
South Side
some
is a little bit better.
I know some people. See, I know South Side, they get down too. But you also hear, like you said, affluent people like West Side. I don't hear nobody, but that should be the battleground.
Yeah, it's different out there. Another comment, forget the names about South West Side. They ain't got trees. They ain't got trees. They ain't got grass. It's concrete. They ain't got nothing over there.
No, it's a dude I met out here. He from West Side, Chicago, located. Most mild-mannered guy they is. And something had happened. He had to defend a female friend of his. Hit the dude. I'm talking about, he bust this man's shit open. And everybody was shocked. I'm like, the man is from West Side Chicago. I said it calmly, like, he from West Side Chicago. But I said, bro, just because somebody nice and tame don't mean they ain't from where they from.
Yeah, they can take it there.
Yeah, I said, hey, as cool as he is, he ain't cool just to be cool. He cool for a reason. That's a warning, like, hey, I'm like this because if I turn it the other way, it can go the other way.
Gonna be different. That's real.
Yeah, so, all right, and it's funny that you mentioned Harold's because that was going to be the last, that's part of the last one I was going to say. Would you prefer a 4-piece wing with mild sauce from Harold or an Italian beef dipped?
That's easy. That's Harold. That's Harold. I don't eat a lot, but I only eat chicken and fish now, man. I'm high. I'm elevated, brother.
What you like? What's that, like a pescatarian?
Yeah, something like that. I mean, because basically, yeah. Because I always call it I know you got a joke about it was Episca.
It was a girl I was dating in San Diego. She tried to tell me that she was a Presbyterian. I said, baby, they do eat meat. She said, no, they the only ones other than vegetables and stuff, they eat chicken. I said, baby, that's a pescatarian. I said, damn, if you're gonna lie about it, at least know how to pronounce it.
Yeah, that's a funny joke. But
I ain't said that in a minute.
I always think about that. I think you told me that I've seen in the video. It always stuck with me. But definitely Harold. Harold's a mild sauce is cool. I almost got jumped when I was in Chicago, man. So I said mild sauce tastes like hot sauce and ketchup. And Southside, Chicago people in general, they don't fuck with their mild sauce. So I had to fight my way up out that thing.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: if you ever go to DC and perform, don't say shit about their mambo sauce, because they take that as serious as Chicago take that mild sauce. But boy, because I ate at Harris, I never ate in Chicago, but they had one that opened up in Atlanta. I don't know if you ever been to Atlanta. I mean, if you familiar with Atlanta.
I've been it's been a minute since I've been. I didn't know they had a Harold's down there.
Yeah, they got one like on Edgewood. That's kind of like over there where Martin Luther King from, like right off Auburn Avenue, like in his old neighborhood. So I went and they said it was Harold's. So I ate it and I had said, man, this is good, but I need to talk to somebody from Chicago, see if this is authentic. So there's a comedian, real famous. His name is LeVar Walker. He was been on Shaq's. You heard him? I know you had to heard him in Chicago. So I had talked to him. I know. So I had talked to LeVar about it. And I said, hey, man, is that spot on Edgewood, is that Harold's? Or they said, no. He said, bro. He said, that's got to be owned by somebody. He said, that's legit. That shit is legit. He said, he said, you actually got Harold's chicken. I'm like, no wonder y'all be talking about this shit like it's the end all be all. That shit was good.
Harold's different out here, man.
If
they got the one tape in Atlanta.
No, I'm gonna be honest with you. That was one of the last 3 meals. I can't remember the exact last meal, but I know for a fact that was one of the last 3 meals I ate before I went to boot camp.
Damn. So that must have been good as hell.
Yes, that shit was it.
Yeah, it's been around. It's been around in Atlanta for a minute. As they branched off, it's just
they had that original one on Edgewood, and then I think they put one in Marietta, and they got one somewhere else. I don't know where the fuck that one's at, but I went to it's weird to say the original one in Edgewood. But yeah, but it's funny we were talking about the South Side because I had seen, like, they got the Major League Baseball. They got them city jerseys that they doing where, like, it looks like, so I seen when they were advertising for the White Sox, it had South Side, it was black, it had white pinstripe, had South Side written in Old English.
I've seen them, yeah.
And the number they had on there was 74.
Damn.
I put that up. I said, for the love of God, if you know what you know about Chicago, do not get this fucking jersey.
I don't know if I'm sure. What's the connection?
Okay, well, 7-4 is Gangsta Disciple. 7 for G, 4 for D. That's a 7-letter now in the 4th letter. So that's why I said, because I gotta be careful. I ain't trying to end up like Rick Ross.
Yeah.
When he mentioned Larry Hoover, when he mentioned, BMF, I'm like, you, and them boys come say, hey man, don't be putting King Hoover's name in there. You ain't clear with us. But I know because I come from a family full of them.
Gotcha.
So, I got family members, well, all on some, but mainly I got a lot of family members that's part of that. I ain't gonna keep saying their name, but when I saw that jersey, I was like, I put up on Facebook, I said, for anybody that wants this jersey, you better change that damn number.
Keep it different, yeah. It's real out here. Definitely
I know.
Real out here.
Guys I went to, because I transferred to USA, so it's a lot of guys at Alcorn. I went to Alcorn State University with a lot of them from Chicago, because Chicago, a lot of their family from Mississippi, so that's how they find out about it. Man, the stories them boys told me about just having to get on the bus to go to school, and how this had mean this over there, that had mean that over there. I'm like, good God.
It's different, man. Horror stories, man. Like, being from the South, like, especially where I'm from the dirt road, bro. All we had to do worry about some stray dogs and shit, man. We ain't got to worry about too much.
Yeah. And the way they talked about the Vidoc, I know you didn't talk about that Vidoc out there. The way they talk about the Vidoc, you would think that was somewhere in a dream on Nightmare on Elm Street with Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, it's a lot out here, but it's one of them cities, man. That's so much. I feel like there's a lot of good in this city. Same way with the bad, but it's a magical city, man. Like, this is one of our, being from the South, like the biggest city I've lived in since leaving. But just, I feel like I had to adapt, bro. I had my car broken into twice. Dealing with the cold, bro. Like, hey, everything. Had my alternator converter, catalytic converter stolen from me. So I've been through all type of shit in this city, man.
Yeah, I heard though, but I did it where you probably, since you attached, aka cuffed, you can't see it. But I've heard a lot, and I've seen them when they come. I heard Chicago got a lot of baddies too. I've seen quite a few of them when I was in college, and I see a lot of them in the Navy. I'll be like, oh wow, I say, but they, and you got to eat some Wheaties. You gonna come with them girls. Woo them some woo, Lord. They like, I work with one. We be going back and forth at all the time, and it be look like Maxine Shaw and Carl Barker on Living Single. Everybody like, I don't know why. I'm like, nah, bro, she too. I like, nah, that's that Chi-Town, and she too much to handle. I said, well, I can't be with that girl.
Yeah, they got, man. They will chew you up and spit you out, man. I've had some friends dating some Chicago women. Shout out to all the beautiful women, but
don't incriminate yourself, Doc, because that's a nice looking house there. I don't want you to be sleeping on the house.
I got the door shut right now. She's gonna bark in. What you doing? What you talking about? She feel me. She got like Spider-Man. So who you talking about?
Yeah, because I am gonna post this, and she gonna be like, so who these other
cut
women?
This part out. Cut this out, Pete. Just clip it out, bro. We don't need this.
No, we ain't clipping this out. This gonna run.
Oh shit, okay. I'll let you know how this turn out.
Yeah. No,
If I go miss
hey
it.
man,
If I go
look. The man has before you come in, baby. This man has said nothing about how you just wonderful. He said the only person that can walk on water besides Jesus is you. He said he love you like a fat boy with diabetes love his insulin. He said all them great things about you. I'm just stoking the fire. Ain't nothing happening. That man ain't gonna leave you. And then before y'all do break up, do realize inflation and rent is hell. So like I told him early on, if it ain't no violence, ain't no property damage, ain't no infidelity, ain't no money coming up missing, you better do like Gerald Levert, baby. Hold on to me.
Hold on. Let me shout out my girl too, Andrew. She does a lot of she does stand up too. So that's how we kind of got connected. So she's doing her own thing in the city. We got some projects and shows that we do together. So she's been that's my rock. So
I'm gonna get a. What is that like dating another? I mean, I've never dated a female comic. I've been involved when I ain't never dated one. Do y'all get to roasting each other? Like if it get like that, that what you want to talk about? Man, let me get on you, your old man. But boy, I don't know you ain't talking. Is she from Chicago?
She's from Tampa. So we
she's from Florida. That's even worse.
Yeah, she got her own type of brand of crazy. But
because I don't want because like she ain't like Haitian or Jamaican, is it?
She ain't. Yeah,
you dodged.
I'm good on that.
Personal experience dating them Haitians, boy.
But it's cool, man. It's cool. Like we do roast each other. There's certain things that we don't talk about because then we're trying to cut deep. We gonna cut deep, and somebody gonna get upset. But I think it's good because she comes to the shows. I come to her show, so it's really like, okay, here's what you did. Here's what you could do. So it's almost like having another person in the audience who understands. At least they understand comedy, your brand of comedy. So it's almost like having a partner, like because like especially just being in comedy, you give so much to it. If you're not a stand-up, you don't realize just how much you have to give day in and day out. So it's hard to maintain a relationship. So with her knowing what I do and how I do stand-up, she understands a little bit more than a regular person. Or why can't you see me? I got a show, I got a mic, all that stuff. So she's been a rock for real.
Well, that's what I'm saying, because at least when y'all roast, y'all know what it is, because girls be like dating a chick who don't do stand-up. They'll try to get at you like, oh, you trying to get over because I'm a comedian. I'm like, you want to go here? You want to do that? I'm like, I ain't gonna do it to you. But then when I do roast, see, that's you being a comedian, thinking every fucking thing is funny. That wasn't funny. You didn't have to say all that. And you wasn't, matter of fact, speaking of funny, you wasn't even all that funny yesterday. I don't even know how them people, they were laughing because they felt sorry for you. Because I didn't think that was funny.
Yep. Like, the whole thing. Like, I thought I did good last night. What you talking about?
I don't know why them people laughing because you weren't that funny and you stuttered doing that third joke you told and you missed the word.
Yeah.
I'm like, Lee. I said, see, this is why I told you go on, leave me alone, man, because I knew if I said something, and you don't have to deal with this, but I'm saying dealing with this. If they go somewhere and they try to be fun, I'm like, look, I'm gonna come around my comedy partner now. Don't be trying to talk that shit like you talking to me. I said, because they ain't me. They ain't messing with you. They ain't gonna let up and be bad. They get their feelings hurt, and then one of them you'll be trying to hold back, like Then one of them hit her with that good roast. She said, "Oh, so that's funny. That's funny. Oh, that's hilarious to you."
So you in trouble now?
No, it's like I said. I'm gonna tell you one incident I had, and then I'm gonna go and get up out of it. So, like I said, the Haitian chick I used to date. This when I was working in Atlanta. She was a junior at Clark and all that, and we met at our job. So it's after one show, and I'm sitting there talking, and my boy trying to talk to me about another show. And he was like, hey, baby, look, he already have a hard time, folks. I need to talk to him about something important. Go on, pull away. Now, he kind of pudgy. She like, boy, you don't get your fat ass out of here. Now, she had like a little, like, mustache. But I never said nothing until we went back and forth. I'm like, that's not going to be funny. So I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette. And I did like in here. He said, girl, if you don't get out here and go shave that mustache, it caught me in my throat, came out. I'm in tears laughing. And I laughed so hard. And I'm laughing. And I know she's like, I'm gonna open the car so I go get it. So I'm sitting there trying to lay the inevitable for the whole night. I'm talking about she just looking at me out the car, just
she on, bro.
So I just already knew when I got in the car, I'm like, man, I'm finna catch hell, but I don't care. So I'm trying to get back right now, laugh. And I did the best I could. I got in the car. I like just put the key in the ignition. She gonna look. Oh, so that was funny to you what he said, huh? That's hilarious. And my dumb ass, I'm gonna say this. I said, baby man, fuck what he talking about. I said, I like your mustache. It tickles when we kiss.
I got that. You why you say that?
Man,
Why you say that?
She just say that. She just stayed straight ahead the whole night. So I gave her like 2 days to calm down. But I just put on speakerphone because I was like getting out the shower. I was shaving and I was getting drunk. I said, she been on low. I said, yeah, hello. You man! Just sitting there like, but I had to throw in the occasion. But baby, honey, you get sweet, baby, I'm doing. I'm like, but baby, you got. Little short ass.
Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like that mustache shit, Pete. And you
Man,
you struck him flame to the
I
fire,
tried
man.
to avoid it the best I could. But when dude had said it, I was like, who? Because I've been thinking it.
He said it. That's what good comedy is. You
I
think
said,
it's something and somebody say it.
Yo, he said it because I was like, when he said, I'm like, oh, no. Because like he was getting her all night. He was stinging them. And I'm just like pinching my leg. I'm thinking about the death of my grandma. I'm trying to not to laugh. I'm thinking about whatever they're saying. I'm thinking about when G-Baby got shot or hardball. I'm thinking, I can't. Let me think about something that's like. But when he let that one loose, I'm like, I can't hold this one back.
That's rough, man. Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, she didn't end it because of that, so that's good, I guess. So wasn't that bad enough to mess you up on that part.
That girl was crazy as hell, man.
You said she was Haitian?
Haitian, yeah. Well, let me know that I'm gonna say this before I get up out. Well, let me know that I'm like, yeah, I gotta go and get away from y'all. And this is culturally insensitive of me. When I did, she said, you make me mad. I said, what you gonna do? She gonna put some voodoo on me? Said, I don't practice voodoo, it's religious, but I do know somebody who can put it on your stupid ass, and I will call them tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here.
Yeah, voodoo. I don't mess with that voodoo.
Yeah, but now, man.
Voodoo, nah.
Yeah. But now, man, hey, bro, it was good talking to you, man. It's been a while, but like, man, hey, once again, thank you for rocking, man. Once again, bro, extremely proud of you. Continue to take no prisoners, man.
I appreciate you, Pete. Appreciate you having me on your platform. Yeah, I really appreciate just talking with you.
Yeah. So give the people all your social media handles, and like if you got anything in the future, let people know. And share the episode, because every one of my guests act like they can't share this shit when I put it out.
I got you. I'm saying, that's podcast, man. That's good content. Yeah. But yeah, so you can see me on Instagram, Fuller Comedy, FULLA Comedy. Again, Fuller Comedy. I am on Facebook. Just go to Kadeem Fuller. Also, I have a show at Laugh Factory Chicago called Stand the Heat. I have a DIY show called Chronic Laughs. It's a 420 friendly show. We got a whole bus that that you can smoke in. So we do that every month. We do Stand the Heat every month. So just follow me on my social. You'll get all that information.
All right, bro. We're about to get up out of here, man. Appreciate you for rocking with me. But before we get out of here, 1906. Yeah, we out, baby.
Take care, Pete.
Take care, bro.